So here is the arrival of an AP6 1965 Valiant. First time here. Swaying. So heavy that the truck stalled. No, he's going to come backwards. Here it comes. Sorry, mate. It's pretty dry underneath. It's pretty dry.
Drive shaft off.
Yeah. No drive shaft. So this is the next project here at Oz Garage. This is a 1965 AP6 Valiant that I picked up off Facebook Marketplace. Now for people watching this from the US, this would have been the almost the same thing as a 1965 Plymouth, I believe it's called over there. It's not exactly the same car. These were made here in Australia, so they are slightly different. I think it's really at the front end. The Australian version looks a little more different to the American version, but essentially it's pretty much the same kind of car. It's an A body with the slant 6 motor. Now overall it's pretty straight. When I had a look at this thing on Facebook Marketplace, the guy pointed out to the rust in the pictures, which was pretty good, so I knew all about this sort of thing. It's the same on the other side, and the lower quarters fairly rusty as well. And the dog leg in there, nice big hole through that, and inside the door. But overall, it's a pretty cool looking car. I like it. I've never done a Chrysler before. I'm starting to try and find and source and get into more of these kinds of classic Australian cars, because of course we don't make cars here in Australia anymore. The last Australian cars were General Motors Holden, which I think closed down in 2016 or 17 or somewhere around there. So yeah, we don't have these anymore. These were made right here in South Australia. Now when I went and got this car, and yeah, you really got to be wary of this sort of stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but the rocker cover had been removed, and one of the rocker arms, the adjusters for one of the rockers was missing. So basically you couldn't start the car, there was no battery, and it was intentionally done so that you couldn't start the car. And the reason for that is because once we got this thing running, there was a noticeable knock at the bottom end. So you know, these are the sorts of scams you got to watch out for on Facebook Marketplace, but I kind of figured there was something wrong with it when I saw that, but I didn't care. So I thought, if something's wrong with the motor, that's okay, I can fix it. But people who don't know how to do that sort of thing and not mechanically savvy, you can really get bitten. Because, yeah, there are people that will just pass on their problems to you without telling you what the problems are. I don't like doing that. I have a bit of a conscience. So I don't like doing that sort of thing. But anyway, it's going to be a great project. The gear linkages under the car are missing, and so I've just gone to the wrecker yesterday and I've picked up some extra parts. So these are the gear shift linkages. One's for first and reverse, the other one's for second and third. It's a 3-speed manual on the steering column. So all that's got to be put together. Here's the other side. Actually, this side here, the passenger side, is probably a little bit worse. Wheel arch there. Bit of rust. But overall, it's not too bad. The floors themselves are pretty good. I did roll back the carpets front and rear just to check out the floors, and they seem fairly solid, you know, just a bit of surface rust. Front seat needs a retrim. It's mainly the driver's side. The rear seat is perfect, absolutely perfect. No tears, no nothing, just needs to be cleaned up. Roof lining's all good. Just that back corner right there sagging a little. I've got to make a parcel shelf at the back. The dash pad itself is missing. It's supposed to have like some sort of pad up the top there, but I'll just keep it like that. We'll get this dash out and respray the whole thing. I've just removed the instrument cluster there because there's no lights. I couldn't get any lights working, no headlights or dash lights or anything. And I'm pretty sure that's the actual headlight switch itself. That's no good, so I'm ordering that. The boot floor. There's a lot of stuff there, but before any of this was there, I had a good look at it. It's actually pretty solid. There's no holes going through it. It's just a bit of surface rust. So I was actually surprised. The boot floor is actually pretty good. I've just got all this junk in here spread out there, but yeah, some spare parts. So you can see what was going on now. I was told the motor was rebuilt by the guy that was selling it, so I could see they'd done something to it. Here's an old oil pickup. Could have been the original out of that motor. That's probably the original carby right there. And here's another set of rockers back here, which is where I managed to get one of the bolts out and put it in the car. I mean, the guy could have done that to get it running, but obviously he didn't want to. Now I'm going to start it up in a sec so you can hear the knock that I'm talking about. So I've just got it set up. I've got to jerry can the fuel tank temporarily at the moment because I don't know when the last time this thing was started. I don't want to be running old fuel and garbage from the tank into this. There's my setup for the carby. Does that look good or what? It's missing some linkages. I'm not even sure what's missing from there, but before I stuck all this on there, this is just to return the accelerator linkage back down when you let go of the pedal. So that, because before any of that was on there, as soon as you started the car up, it just revs its head off because the linkage isn't returning. So I've just got that temporarily set up there till I get the right stuff put on. Got the battery hooked up. That's all good. So let's just turn the key. Now, I'm going to have to put this down for a sec, because the ignition is being removed. That's a brand new ignition switch that I've got there. Yeah, I've got it on each two hands, just bear with me. There you go. If you can hear that, that's the knock that I'm talking about. But it doesn't blow any smoke. Just turn that off. So it actually runs real nice. Starts up straight away first time, don't have to pump the pedal, nothing. But you heard that knock. And just disconnect the battery there. That's what worries me, that it's most likely a bearing. So what I'm going to do now is, first I'm just going to top it up with oil and then see how it runs with more oil. And if the knock's still there, then this thing's coming out.